In the past few years, we've already seen multiple cases of, judicial overreach and lawfare, whether it's with Donald Trump or if you're the wrong color person involved in some sort of incident. Daniel Penny comes to mind as just the most recent example. Many people out there believe Derek Chauvin also was another example where a white male was not given a fair trial, at least in my opinion, because of outside societal pressures. Do I think Derek Chauvin was a bad cop? Probably. Undertrained. Everybody on that scene should have been fired. Can't restrain one guy. We can agree on all that. But to me, it will never not be kind of relevant that the man had, lots of delicious fentanyl in his system at the time. But of course, it was 100% Derek Chauvin's fault. Now you want to have some sort of case against them, sure. You want to sue the city, fine. Does that guy believe? Did that guy, end his life with malicious intent? I do not believe so. I don't believe he should be in prison. This is my opinion. Daniel Penny, another good Samaritan that is being brought up on ridiculous inflated charges, 100% because he is a white male and the other person in the complainant is a black person. I'm sorry if this is my mask off moment for some of you, but you will never convince me that Daniel Penny being charged with the crimes when he was just trying to protect other citizens on the train is anything but 100% racially motivated. And if we get a conviction today of this ridiculous charge, day one, Donald Trump should pardon him. This is one of the most ridiculous cases that will reverberate through society and will actively disincentivize people from helping each other. Was this situation unfortunate for the crackhead mental patient who shouldn't have been on the streets? Yeah. I wish that guy had gotten help. I wish that he didn't have to be restrained from attacking other people, but that's what happened. Savannah Hernandez writes, pray for Daniel Penny as juror deliberations are now underway in New York. A reminder that Penny is a 26-year-old former Marine who is facing 15 years in prison for protecting New Yorkers from a man with 42 prior arrests and who had attacked women on the subway not once, not twice, but 3 previous times. This man is a hero, okay? Yet this is what the mainstream media and morons culture brings. People chanting guilty. I bet you they're white women. I'm just sure of it. I can't. Okay, we got one guy chanting justice for Jordan Neely, selling t-shirts. Here he goes, a white liberal right there. They're all white. I knew it. Look at it. They're all white people doing this. Why are you guys so stupid? Here's one. It's a bunch of white women. Who could have possibly foreseen that? White liberal women are a disaster for this country. They are the stupidest idiots on the planet. White and liberal and female you are the dumbest idiot on the planet. It is the trifecta of idiocy. Anybody who knows this, who watched, you see prosecutors during closing arguments tried to paint Daniel Penny as a bad person because he called Jordan Neely a, quote, crackhead during his police investigation. Calling a crackhead doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you factually correct. During closing arguments, the defense asked, who would you want on a train with you? Meanwhile, I think that's, by the way, a great question. This is why we have, a jury of our peers kind of thing. The issue is juries sometimes get it wrong. And the fact of the matter is He never should have been charged in the first place. Never should have been charged in the first place. The only reason he was charged is because he was a white man and the person he was protecting other people from was a black man. Prove otherwise. Prove otherwise. This black man had been charged with 42 crimes, yet he was out on the streets. Attacked people on the subway 3 other times. He was out on the streets. Prove to me that this was a fair charge for this man. How about the fact that when police arrived on the scene, they refused to give the man life-saving medical care because he was gross, according to them, or dirty or something like that. Look, I don't mean to, again, the path that led this individual down the road of becoming a serial criminal and mental health issues, the system failed him along the way. But ultimately, the fact that we are wasting public time is just ridiculous. And by the way, as this commenter put here, the great reminder: never ever talk to police without a lawyer, ever. Because they took this video because this guy thought he did nothing wrong, and then they charged him, and then they took this video and tried to paint him as an animal, like racist individual, at his trial. That's what they want. Never, ever, ever talk to police. I don't care if you know them or if you're in a small town. If you are involved where you're being interrogated by police and you aren't the victim, and even then you should have a lawyer, by the way, okay? Because this is the type of citizen we should be rewarding. When police let you down, this guy protected. By the way, I'm pretty sure that wasn't a train full of white people that he was protecting. I'm pretty sure the subway was probably full of all sorts of people. Daniel Penny should be a free man. The forensic pathologist said that the chokehold alone did not cause Jordan Neely to lose his life. His blood condition, synthetic drugs, schizophrenia, and exertion is what killed him. It's just like Floyd, right? The situation that put Floyd where he was there is unfortunate. He was still a human being. He was also a human being that had made a lifetime of pro-criminality decisions, and he chose to pass off counterfeit money that caused the police interaction in the first place. Now, I could hear weirdo dorks who don't understand reality or who live in social justice land saying, well, that doesn't mean he deserved to die. I agree. I don't think he did either. But he also didn't need to be resisting arrest, did he? He didn't need to be getting out of the police car, did he? He didn't need to be wrestling with cops, did he? He didn't need to be doing all of the things that led, taking fentanyl. Okay? Nobody put that in his blood. He took it. And now you have this. Daniel Penny agreed with chance of guilty as closing arguments begin in Jordan Neely chokehold case. Now, I am hoping to be able to report back later today that the jury has come back immediately and acquitted him. Anything less would be a travesty of justice. But will people riot for Daniel Penny? No, they won't. In fact, if he's found not guilty, I bet you the usual suspects will be out there rioting anyway. I don't believe that any like regular run-of-the-mill black man or black woman thinks that Daniel Penny did anything wrong. Just so we're clear, okay? I don't think any black person on that subway wasn't thankful for what Daniel Penny was trying to do in that situation. I just don't believe that. I don't think that your skin color is really a dominating factor in whether or not you can understand basic situations, right? If it was a black man doing it, he never would have been charged. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. This is one of the most disgusting attacks on a private citizen in a long time. Now, of course, we could talk about all the J6 prisoners, hostages. We could talk about all of the ridiculous lawfare against Trump. But this is on a whole nother level. You know, Trump could be planning pardons, especially in the wake of President Joe Biden pardoning his son Hunter. who had been convicted on firearm charges and pled guilty to tax fraud. Legal experts point out that the J6 rioters were charged with federal crimes, while presidents cannot pardon people from state crimes. So I don't know. I don't know if, this is a federal crime for Daniel. I don't know. Neely, a former Michael Jackson impersonator, boarded the subway and reportedly began threatening people. Of course he did. It's what he had done multiple times before. Does anybody deny that? Vivek Ramaswamy, who will head Trump's new Department of Doge, has donated $10,000 to a defense fund. Ramaswamy said in a statement that he did so to restore the rule of law in America. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has also strongly backed Penny. Let's show Marine America's got his back, he said in an online statement. Ramaswamy and DeSantis were both presidential candidates. In May 2023, article progressive news site Mother Jones noted that Trump has stayed quiet on the Penny case, probably because he did want to alienate voters. I doubt that. Trump, he absolutely should be pardoning. This says the president's pardon power extends only to federal criminal liability. New York University, so he said in the state charge. This is just, New York is just a trash fallen city. Daniel Penny, prosecutor Daniel's race card again over defense's objection despite no hate crime charges. He was just protecting people. This is the biggest tragedy. Look, Jordan Neely had a terrible path in his life, and I wish things had ended up better for him. But that's not how it worked. And he was on that train attacking people and threatening people. And sure, did Daniel Penny, Daniel Penny was attempting to protect himself and other passengers. He did it in a state that cares more about criminals than victims. I think that about sums it up. I hope you're informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below. I will absolutely be following up on this ASAP as soon as we get a verdict, hopefully today. Hopefully it's quick. The quicker it is, the better. We'll talk to you again real soon.